Everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
It may well possess a rudimentary intelligence.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Felt a great disturbance in the force.
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
Come on, Mark, like a dog for me.
Where's the goodies?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
You filthy criminal.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Here are your hosts, Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Hi, you hungry? Looking for a tempting treat? Hold on till I absorb some heat. I'll slide into an oven-fresh bun, and I'm ready for your eating fun.
Why don't you try a juicy good hot dog? Mmm, delicious.
There we go. We're going to try some hot dogs here on Everything Old is New Again. That was a vintage drive-in movie talking hot dog ad. I don't know if you caught that. I'm here with Douglas Viviani with the Frankfurter himself, David Cohen.
Yes. Fun show today.
It's going to be good. We're here in the dead of winter, and all I can think about is how many days it is to pitchers and catchers and the days when it's time to barbecue again. And both of these institutions, to me, scream hot dog. David?
So what are we going to do today?
Well, this week on Everything Old is New Again, we're going to call it the first annual Hot Dogarama. We're going to, what would you say? We're going to taste 9 hot dogs that you can buy over the counter.
That you could buy in the grocery store.
Correct. And we're going to give our concerted opinion as to what is the best hot dog that money can buy.
Right.
And it's not just you and I.
No, it's not.
We are here joined by a solid member of the Everything Old is New Again Rogues Gallery. Oling recently he visited with us for the ufologist or UFO show. He's a ufologist extraordinaire.
Enthusiast.
But he's also, a true hot dog aficionado.
Yes.
Dr. John Viviani.
Indeed.
All right,
I can't wait. Let's get started. I do.
Yes.
Let's cut to the
Ready
chase.
to go.
Let's see.
Wait.
Cook starving.
I need to know, is part of our criteria the way they look as well? Or
Yes,
is it
the
just taste?
whole hot dog ambiance. You can rate it
Hot dog
with
ambiance.
respect to appearance, taste, and I guess aftertaste, because that usually
True.
happens.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
that's about it. So now the Franks are all cooked the same on a frying pan with a little mustard.
In a bun.
Cook them with a bun. So, that's basically it. We're going to
You're
rate
trying
them
to keep controls here in this.
Exactly. Well, everything's the same.
Let's take a look at them all first so you can get your visual, so you get an idea.
Well, we have a rating of 1 to 10, first of all. We're going to add up the results at the end and tell you who's the winner of the Everything Old is New Again Hot Dogarama. So first, let's try first to paint the word picture for the ones in front of me, I guess, that are ballpark Franks, that you're supposed to be, pop when you cook them?
No, they plump when you cook
Plump.
They got a little thicker.
They did get thicker. They're a thicker hot dog. I'm going to grab one.
See, now yours have a nice, there's got a nice brownish tint on there from the pan.
Now, a little word of advice, and I know my brother agrees with this. The bun that you use must be a top slit bun. David Cohen, do you agree or not?
Oh, I have no opinion on it. I didn't know that, but
top
okay.
slit bun, so it's not messy. And the mustard itself, when you put it on top, turn the hot dog into the bun so the mustard is on the bun side.
Otherwise, you bite into it, your first bite is full of mustard.
Exactly. Someone take a bite so I can continue to... Oh, okay. He's okay. Oh, okay. All right.
What?
Hold on. Leo, go take your hot dog. Mommy's going to take you to the party.
Oh, bye.
See you later, Leo. You going to the party, Mama? Oh, okay. See you later. He can stay if. No, he's going. Oh, it's his party. Okay, good. Okay, we're fine.
So now we're down to just 3.
Right. Okay.
Leo
Viviani has been taken from our possession by her mom. He has my wife. He has a party to go to, so we'll.
Oh well.
Sorry about that, Leo. All right, David Cohen, what's your review?
Well, it's the first one I've tasted, so I have nothing to compare it to right now. But I enjoyed it. It's a little on the plump side, kind of airy. Has an airy taste. And, so far so
Dr.
good.
Viviani?
Well, as I said, again, I have no baseline to compare it to, so it's going to be hard for me to give it a number. So I'll adjust my numbers accordingly.
Well, how about we do the numbers at the end? So hold on.
Well, I'm not telling you the numbers. I'm saying in my mind, I got to do it. Like if I give it a 5 or 6 now, it may change. But It's good, but it's got a bit of a little bit of a fake taste in it.
I'm going to call it. I agree with you. It's got a little bit of a sweet taste. I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's a little sweet for me. I don't mind it. It did plump nicely. Oh, can you just put it on the dish?
Yeah, it's too artificial taste.
All right, so that's the first one. Next one, what do we have?
We have Hebrew Nationals.
All right, I'm going to try a nice Hebrew National. This looks nice.
This looks really nice.
It's much thinner.
Yes.
The ballpark plumped up pretty thick, almost three quarters of an inch. This is the same original size of the hot dog. David.
Yeah, I already like this one better.
Much better.
It's just meatier, and it's got a little more of a salty flavor to it, which I like.
But it's tough. It's a little tougher. The ballpark was like easy to chew into. It's almost like there was no interference.
Because it wasn't real meat.
I guess. This one's definitely tough.
None of it's real meat.
This is tougher. If I had to relate it to a hamburger, I would say this would be more or less like a well-done hamburger. No?
No.
Or steak? No, it's
really.
tougher
to
me.
I like the tough consistency, though.
I don't like the tough. Not into it.
All right.
What's the next one we got?
Next we have Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer Wiener. Here we go.
Give one to...
Let's try that. All right, so let's see what Oscar Mayer Wiener is going to do for us.
Very
here.
similar looking to the Hebrew National.
Yes. Thin.
It's good, but I still think the Hebrew National has a bit of an edge.
Does the bun interfere with tasting the hot dog?
No.
It's a little much.
No, but I think that if you're... And what we're doing, just so the listeners understand, we're all having the hot dog on a bun with mustard. So we're keeping the whole hot dog experience consistent from one hot dog to the other.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's an Oscar Mayer. I'm going to say to me, it's in between the two.
Which one do you prefer?
Out of those three, I preferred the ballpark, believe it or not.
Really?
Whoa. Yeah.
All right, so ballpark for Doug.
I liked because it was an easier chew. I didn't love the flavor, but the other two were a little, for me, they were a little tough.
Did you get? See, what I really like that's not here is I like the ones with the skin where you bite it and they burst through.
We may have some of those coming up. We have a boar's head with the natural skin on it coming up.
And so far, the Hebrew National, I think, meets more closely with what John just said.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So, all right. So we have gone through three of them. My question is, so far, is this a test that you're able to? I mean,
it's going to be hard
right?
to remember the other ones, but
that's the thing. But at least maybe even take it by. Do we keep? My real point is, do we keep one of each to revisit? Let's say after we've had 9 of them, you want to say, "Oh, what does that?"
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing, I think, what's helpful for me is, so out of this batch, I'm checking that Hebrew National was my favorite. So going forward, I'll compare, I'll come down to a final 3.
Well, I'm giving them numbers, but
Yeah.
the numbers may change. But just relatively speaking, I know my order right now.
All right. So at the end, we'll revisit.
So then I'm going to try and see now next round what if it beats my best one. Right.
Yeah.
But let's revisit or keep one of each. We lost a ballpark, but that's okay. You keep one of each, label it here, maybe on a napkin, whatever.
If you want
need to
another taste.
revisit it later, just to give you a reminder.
We could also just, so our listeners don't waste our time, we could just cook the ones we want to taste again at the very end.
True. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So we're here at Everything Old is New again. What about hot dogs? We have a minute and a half. What role do they play in your everyday life, David Cohen?
Well, I just remember as a kid, my tastes have changed, but when I was a kid, I wasn't crazy about hamburgers on the barbecue, so I'd only eat hot dogs, and I loved hot dogs. So growing up, it brings me back to those days.
And I feel bad. Leo had to go to a party. He just left us because he is a hot dog maven. He loves hot dogs. But
you could do his own taste test off the air.
We will. And because we've got a lot of these leftover packages left over at the house, he is a Sabretz guy. He hasn't tasted all of them, but he's a Sabretz guy. It's like, I only want Sabretz. And he can tell the difference if I try to pass along something else, whatever.
He's a true connoisseur?
Yes. Doctor, have you eaten a hot dog within the last month other than today?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Only because you got me, when I knew I was coming here, I got, you know how you say, and I'm in the mood. So I went over to Shake Shack and had one of their hot dogs, and it's very good.
Very good.
So that's interesting that Shake Shack, now is Shake Shack national? That's the first question.
Not yet, no.
All right, so that's not really fair, but there are places that sell the hot dog. You get the urge to pull over. I wonder if, like in some of the other
Five Guys has hot dogs too.
Okay, I don't know.
Do they really? Oh, okay.
I think they're growing. There are a lot of different places.
And I live in Manhattan, so the big hot dog vendor in Manhattan is
but like
either
Ventura and
the guy
Iowa,
in the corner with the dirty water dogs.
You're
right?
not those guys. No, God no.
Corpus Christi. I'm wondering, like all these other areas,
Yeah.
if this is too regional. What you're mentioning now,
Probably.
But the ones, stay tuned because every one that we taste, or most of them, you should be able to get in your grocery store.
And if you know of others that you get in your local grocery store that might not be available nationally, let us know. We might order some and give those a try on
Such
the
as
air.
us.
Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer.
We're back right after this and everything else new again.
That is what I
Hot Dogarama.
to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me. Oh, I'm glad I'm not an Oscar Mayer wiener.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Hot dogs, Armour hot dogs. What kind of kids eat Armour hot dogs?
Fat kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks. Fat kids, sissy kids.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs. Armour hot dogs.
Hot dogs, kids love to fight.
There we go. We're back on Everything Old is New Again, tasting all the hot dogs that you could possibly get in your grocery store, except for Armour. I couldn't find any. Let us know. Oldnewagain at AOL.com. Oldnewagain at AOL.com. I don't know if they're out of business or is it just out of our circulation in this New York area. I don't know. But we're trying them all. So we're going to see if we can have a first ever Dogarama here to give you a good idea as to what hot dog to cook this summer or even in the grill at the house,
So last round was Oscar Mayer, Hebrew National, Ballpark. This round?
This round we have Bar S, Best's, and Nathan's.
I'm thinking.
Dr. Viviani's here. He's an enthusiast for hot dogs, UFOs, conspiracies, but not microphones on the radio.
Yeah, there we go. You think you should do, like, after each round, have the winner from each round and then taste them again, 3.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go right now. Let's just
see how we can see how bad if you can tell.
Let's do what were your ratings for Oscar Mayer, Doctor?
Oh, you want to know now?
Yes.
Well, again, I had.
You want to do that at the end?
I think we should do it at the end.
All right, that's fine. All right, so first, let's try what we're going to try.
Nathan's.
Nathan's first. Again, we're trying them with mustard, just cooked, fried on the grill, and let's see how the result is. It is a thin hot dog, just as thin as, let's say, Hebrew National was. Doctor, how is it?
Very, very close to Hebrew National, I say.
Me too.
I find it nicer than Hebrew National. I don't know why.
Is it easier for you to bite into?
Yes, it's easier to bite in. That's probably the texture. The taste, I mean, Hebrew National taste is terrific. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just a little easier for me to bite, if that makes any sense. Is that?
Yes.
Do you find that yourself?
Yeah, I think that's true.
It's very good.
All right. Okay, next.
All right, if I don't talk, someone else talk.
Palate cleanser. Now we have this company called Best's, plural.
Where'd you even find that?
I found it at a grocery store, and they allege that they've been around since 1937.
They allege.
Yes.
So I presume that someone knows who they are. I never saw them before. But a little less expensive hot dog, which maybe if it has the same flavor, you go for it. Let's see. Doctor, what do you think?
Not as good as the Nathan's or the Hebrew, but they're still good. They're better. I like them better than the Ballpark.
I agree with that.
I'm going to say I agree with that as well. This is not a bad dog.
No.
It's not as good as the Nathan's, but it's not.
You're
bad.
telling me this was $1?
This is not the dollar one.
Oh.
I got a package of Bar. Wait a minute, is this Bar S or Best?
No, this is Best.
Best. I got Bar S. Bar
Do you
S
remember which
for
one
$1. That
Oh.
was the dollar package.
Oh, boy.
But Best were cheaper than some of the others. And this
really
is not
bad at all. And if
I'll
you're
tell
looking,
ya.
if you're looking as a family, or if you're looking to pinch pennies here and there,
Although you know what the thing is, it's shorter. If that means anything, it's a
the
shorter
volume.
hot dog. It doesn't fit into the bun all the way through.
So they should change the name from Best to Pretty Good.
So you should look at the package and see the weight of them.
Yes, how many you're getting and all
Yeah.
that. But I'll tell you, it's not
bad.
Not bad. I give
No.
it credit. All right, I'm going to take it again.
Now these,
All right.
I'm afraid
Last
to even
one.
try this one.
Last one is Bar S.
Okay, this is the inexpensive one. It's thicker. It did not plump. It's thicker than all the others that we've had except for the ballpark. Ballpark plumped up bigger than this one. David Cohen's going for a second taste test.
I wanted to make sure it was as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, I know it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Well, there's a few things going on. First of all, too soft. There's it's just too easy to bite into. Flavor isn't that great.
You know what it has? It has a bologna flavor. Am I wrong?
It does have a bologna flavor.
So it's not really like a hot dog. Maybe
No.
there's more. Maybe there's other
right.
stuff in there, than beef.
This
By the way, these are all beef hot dogs, allegedly.
Okay.
These are, this, in my opinion, was the worst one yet. One step below my other that I didn't like.
All right, so that's the consensus on the bar S. So far, let's get a consensus. We have a little time now.
All right.
Dr. V, where are you? Let's
I
get your
am
scores.
tied right now with Hebrew.
Wait, I need scores for
Now
all
you
of
need
them.
scores.
Yes, Oscar. You're going to revisit the scores?
Yeah, I may, but because I don't. All right, maybe no. I'll just.
No,
all
give me
right,
your
I'll base it
Oscar Mayer
on.
score.
All right, I'll base it on this. Oscar Mayer had a 6.
Okay, ballpark.
5.
Okay, Hebrew National.
7.
Nice. Bar S.
4.
Bests.
6.
Okay. Nathan's.
7.
David Cohen.
Mine's similar. It's just everyone is a +1. So Oscar
Mayer,
Mayer 7.
Right.
Hebrew National 8.
Right.
Ballpark 6.
Right.
Nathan's 8.
Right.
Bar S 5.
Right.
Best 7.
Interesting.
So wait a minute, you did that out of 10. You gave somebody an 8 already.
Well, yeah,
Nathan's got an 8. Now I've got.
So I may change, but sis, that's right.
Well, when you're a judge, you can't revisit. You got to. You've eaten hot dogs before.
I had no
objective scale.
basis.
This is all very subjective.
Yes,
It's
I wanted
not-
to change
yeah.
it. I could have changed.
I think
No
it just
change.
should be how relative to other hot dogs. Doesn't
Right,
has-
exactly.
An 8 versus 7 doesn't mean anything. It's how they stand up to the
Now
other
I have
hot dogs.
Oscar Mayer 5.5, Ballpark 6, Hebrew National 5, Bar S 4, Bests 7, and so far Nathan's I've got an 8. I think everyone's got Nathan's is in the lead as we.
I may want to change.
Okay.
I might want to change mine now.
Well, we'll see.
Well, you're allowed to do. You see, I think we should be able to change our vote at the end because
Yeah.
it's based on comparison to
Absolutely.
the others.
Yes.
All right, but
That's why I don't want to lock these scores in.
Right. These are tentative scores.
Tentatively.
So wait.
Nathan's
So
is
how
the
did
first.
how did Ballpark, Doug, compare to Nathan's for you?
Okay, so Ballpark is thick.
I need the narrative.
We're on
just
the
the
radio.
score.
We're on the radio, so you need to. Well, Ballpark for me was a 6, and Nathan's was an 8.
Wow, and you like Ballpark?
I liked Ballpark.
Okay.
But Ballpark. I would put it this way: Ballpark won the first round for me.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Well, what do you mean? Why is it?
Because it was so far inferior to
Hebrew National was almost. I'm exaggerating, but it was almost like beef jerky to me. It was too
Wow,
hard.
beef.
Oh,
wow.
I said I'm exaggerating, but it was more dense. It was too hard for me to enjoy.
Wow.
That's what I'm going to tell you. Now,
Okay.
What place do hot dogs have in your monthly routine, Dr. Viviani? Do you buy hot dogs? Do you cook hot dogs?
I got to tell you, really, I hardly eat them anymore.
Well, I know that you go to the truck every so often because
That is true. Wait a minute. Let me take that back.
There are
I thought
people-
you said, I was thinking about at home. I do go to the truck on the road.
So we live in an area where it's a rural area, but
now, if you want to, I can rate the trucks for you. On
you do have trucks on the side of the road that you can get deals for. And they're basically like an ice cream truck, kind of a truck. Let's just say.
So you just
with a
go
ledge.
and you eat them in the car? Is that what
You
happens?
can eat them in the car. They give it to you on a
paper plate.
And usually the deal, I'm going to guess, is 2 hot dogs and a soda and chips for $5.
I don't know about the chips. It's 3 hot dogs and a soda for $5.
All right, I've seen 2 with the chips instead.
All right, so chip instead. But why waste
here's
it?
my
Why
problem.
waste it with chips?
Here's the problem with those. Be careful. Some of those trucks, all they do is boil the hot dog. X.
Well, that's in New York City, in Manhattan. That's all you get.
Yeah,
They're
but
sitting
here
in this water.
That's why they're no good.
No, but there was one guy. There's one guy at 110. It was so good. I complimented him, and he took it. He was so happy.
Why? What did he do? How did he cook it?
Well, first of all,
Did he cook it in the water?
No, it was on the grill.
Right.
But the quality of the dog was good.
Of course.
It was-
Did he tell you what he used? What,
no, I
what
didn't ask
brand?
him. I didn't ask
Now
him.
let me back up. There are some in Queens, especially on not Queens Boulevard, but Woodhaven Boulevard. There's a truck that's been there for 30 years. It's very well known,
Wow.
and they fry them there. And I've been to Brooklyn by the courthouse. There's a couple of guys there that fry them. So they're not always in the Dirty Water Dogs, although New York City, mostly I've seen the Dirty Water Dog.
Yeah.
Now, the city have a different dog. In the New York City, in Manhattan, they have the dog with the outer casing still on it. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, so
I like that with the
connoisseur.
casing on it.
The casing,
But some of them, you got to be careful. I've had dogs with the casing on it where you can't even bite through the casing and it comes out the other end. You ever have
right?
that?
The casing is too hard.
Yes.
That's no good. Now, David Cohen, do you prefer casing or not? Now that you've experienced both, in the
I
city.
prefer not. I don't need the casing. If there's enough of a snap to the hot dog, then I don't need the casing.
I'll challenge you, but there isn't. What dog has a snap that we've tasted so far?
Oh, not so far.
Yeah,
Not. So,
It's hard to find.
the Hebrew National was pretty good.
Hebrew and the
Okay.
Hebrew and the Nathans
Yeah.
had a bit of a snap. To
Yes, but not enough for my
that
liking.
crunch. Oh, you like that crunch?
I like the crunch.
it. All right.
That's just me. So
Yeah.
that's
You like the
like that
crunch,
too.
but you
I
don't
like
like
it
the
too.
Hebrew National.
because I crunched
It was
into
too
something that
much.
was too hard.
It was
I
too
liked
much of a crunch.
Right. I
Maybe
liked
it burnt it.
No, I liked the crunch. I didn't like the meat inside. It was too hard and not thick enough. I like a thicker burger, thicker dog. The Nathans did it for me, obviously, and that had a little bit of more of a crunch.
All right.
But now, when you shop, do you ever shop for a hot dog looking for the casing? I can only find outer casings on Boar's Head hot dogs. You tell me.
You can find casings only on Boar's Head. You're saying.
In other words, I'm looking for
Right.
dogs with the
I
outer
thought the
casing.
Sabrettes had them.
No. Well, we'll take a look. I'll show you when we cook those out.
No.
I do not think they have them. So they're a different.
What's
it's a very
the casings
unique.
made out of anyway? Does anyone know?
They used to be made out of intestines. I don't know what they're made out of now.
And what,
I don't know.
forget the hot dog itself. I don't want to know what that's made.
Now, there's a place on Bell Boulevard in Queens, and I'm sure there's some others. I don't know why. The German delis or the German butcher, either one, they make their own hot dogs there, and they do the casing. Tremendous.
I'm sure that's good.
Really good. Now, I'm sure across America they've got those somewhere. If they do, write into us. Let us know. Everything old is new again, and it's old new again at AOL.com. And we'll be back right after this and continue our exploration of all things hot dog.
One of the biggest attractions at Coney Island first appeared back in 1916. And from the very beginning, people got a kick out of them because the juicy beef goodness of Nathan's, Frank.
This is Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Government regulations say we can make our Hebrew national beef hot dogs from frozen beef. We don't. They say we can add meat byproducts. We don't. They say we can add non-meat fillers. We can't. We're kosher and have to answer to an even higher authority.
There we go. Douglas Viviani with David Cohen and the hot dog aficionado himself, Dr. John Viviani, Rogues Gallery member. We are tasting, this is the third round of tasting hot dogs in the middle of the winter so that you're prepared when the summer comes for your barbecue, what hot dog to get. And or you certainly could cook them in the wintertime as well. On the stove, fry them up with a little butter. Not so bad. Do you do them a different way, David Cohen? Cook them.
No, well, I just buy them off the street. I can't be bothered with cooking hot dogs. It's too involved.
But let's be honest. Now, Leo, my little son, right? He likes them in the microwave. It's the last way I would think of a hot dog, but he likes them just heated up in the microwave. And that's it.
Kids don't know it.
He doesn't like all the marks on them and stuff. All right,
buddy.
so let's try. And this is the only one that's a little out of the box. I had to try to find a ninth brand, which I did find an Omaha Steak hot dog. You've got to order them in. It's you still can get them at home and all, but it's one of those packages where you order.
You just can't. Probably not buy them at your
grocery
local
store.
grocer.
That's the only
Now,
one.
let me just interject. You said part of this judging is visual.
Yes.
I'm looking at one right now, and one stands out to me as far above any of them
Which
so far
is?
as visual. The
Which
Boar's
one?
Head.
The Boar's Head, absolutely. Now, Boar's Head we have here is the only one we've got with the skin on the outside.
Oh,
the
that's-
skin
maybe that's
casing.
it. Maybe that's
I'm
it.
telling you, I don't want to prejudice anybody. I'm telling you
why,
that it's
John,
nice.
why do they look? Why does a Boar's Head look
It just
better
looks
than the other?
glistening. It looks,
Look, that one's wrinkled up. That one's little
too fat.
Yeah.
That's like streaks, wrinkled.
There's no wrinkles.
It's
There's no
just
wrinklage at all on the
beautiful.
Boar's Head. All right, so we're going to try first, though. We got lined up the Omaha, though. It's a big, thick, almost a
It's almost like a
kielbasa,
wurst,
right?
like a
kielbasa
bratwurst.
bratwurst.
It's bigger even than the ballpark that plumped up pretty big, and so it's sort of like a biting into a mini burger. It's one of these. It's that almost that big. David Cohen, if you're chewing, you can chew away from the microphone. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
How about this?
It's a little annoying. It makes people off a little bit.
It has a little aftertaste to it.
Well, how about the taste first? What do you think?
Me?
It's different.
It's okay. It's on par with the. I'm going to give. It's on par with the best, I think.
You know what? It has a taste that's different, though.
There's a
You got to
different
give them
taste.
credit. It's a different taste.
I'm not crazy about the aftertaste.
Yeah, there's an aftertaste.
Yeah, there's a tingy. It's almost like if it was a wine. It was almost like a tannin. You know, it's almost got that kind of a.
And some, I think, if you like the flavor, you don't mind the aftertaste. But I mind the aftertaste.
Yeah, it's a little too intense.
The aftertaste is actually different than the taste of the dog.
It is a little bit. You're right. You're right. Okay.
All right, so that one's down. Let's get give yourself a score on that one. Yeah, I've got 2 left to go here, and if you're breathing heavy, you can breathe heavy outside the confines of the microphone too. And
if you're talking into the microphone, maybe stop talking into the microphone. How about that? All right. Next one is Sabrettes.
All right, let's try the Sabrettes. All right, now Sabrettes is one that was created where on the East Coast, I think, right? And I think you can still get them everywhere though. Now they're everywhere. So now, who's ready to give a review?
I'm disappointed with all the hype for the Sabrettes. It's not standing out to me.
Now this is a different taste, but it's a real hot doggy taste.
Yeah,
which is what you expect.
No, it is good. I took another bite.
I like it too.
Yeah, it's a real. This tastes like a hot dog. It doesn't have that extra.
To be honest, this is the first one where I wish I had a little more. So that's got to tell you something.
Yeah, it doesn't have that aftertaste for sure that the Omaha had. It doesn't have the tightness of density that the Hebrew National to me had. It was too dense. Which is probably good. I mean, it's probably all meat.
Right.
What's good for you, is different than what tastes good. I think Hebrew Natural is probably the best one, diet-wise, let's say. But this one's got a little more airiness to it, and it plumps a little bit when you bite into it. No?
Yeah, it does.
What are you looking? You want to try
say that's
no.
a tinge better than Nathan's, maybe?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say that it's on a par, but I would say it's I'm going to give it a smidge more, not a line, not even a whole number more. But
that's what I was going to do, but I didn't know you could do that.
Yes,
all right.
You can make your own rules.
So last one. Here we go.
This is the last one. I tell you, we're close right now. We don't know. You may modify, but right now we're looking at Nathan's and Sabrettes. For me, is in the
I would say Nathan's, Sabrettes, and Hebrew
National, Nathan's, and Sabrettes.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Boar's Head.
Here are the Boar's Head with the natural casing still on the dog. This is something that's a little different,
right?
That you may or may not like. It's gonna plump when you bite into this thing. It's gonna plump back at you, much different than the other ones. We gotten chewing and nothing yet. But it looks like David's going back for a second. This tells you a little something there. The first one, he actually ate the second piece of it. So David Cohen, while I taste it, let me see.
And I'll do the play-by-play. Doug's tasting. He took a bite. And he's chewing. His mouth is very full. Giving the thumbs up that he does not need any Heimlich maneuvers yet. And now the second one, the second part is gone into his mouth. He's shaking his head, and I think he likes it. Let's go down to Doug right now. Doug, what did you think of that?
For me, we have a winner.
Whoa!
There's by far the winner. Because, to me, texture has something to do with this. Besides flavor. But texture is important, and I like that bite. When you're biting into it, that crunch for some reason, and the flavor is about a Sabrettes plus. Oh, no,
I agree with you. It's not by far a winner. It's a smidge above Sabrettes.
I got it a half a point above Sabrettes.
Yes.
Actually.
See, I have it just below Sabrettes.
Interesting. Now, why? What's your feedback on this?
A little bland for me.
Wow. Even with
taste.
What the taste is.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think of the natural casing? Does it matter?
No, it didn't matter to me.
Okay.
I bet you if you had a taste off between Boar's Head and another, if you ate a whole dog or half a dog of the Boar's Head and Sabrettes, that's
all right. So we just took a little bit of a break artificially here, and we had a retaste of apparently the Hebrew National, the Nathan's, the Boar's Head, and the Sabrettes, because those are the top 4 between the group here, and now we've amended a few scores. David, you went up on the Boar's Head. Why'd you do that?
When I tasted it without. So what I think what John and I did was...
Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry. Boar's Head and Nathan's both went up for you.
Yes. What we did was we kind of recooked a few that we liked, and this time ate them just the dog itself. So no bun, no mustard, nothing. And I got a better sense for the flavor of the hot dog, and I'm thinking, might have been good to do that from the start.
That's what I said originally in the last one. I said, isn't the bread getting in the way a little bit? I thought it was.
But I think that...
But it's part of the ambiance.
You have to kind of take the whole hot dog experience together, right? And then from there, I think that was a good way to start. Narrow it down. So then when we tasted the actual hot dogs themselves, you really got a better sense of the flavor.
Right.
And that's when a couple of my scores changed.
Okay, which was Nathan's went up, Sabrettes went up.
Yeah.
And I think that was the only changes for you. Brett stayed this. No,
No,
Nathan's and Boar's Head went up. I should be clear.
Nathan's and Boar's Head went
Brett
up
stayed
for
the
me.
same.
Yep.
Now, Doctor, what happened with you?
Same thing. My experience was tasting them without the bun, especially taking one bite from one and then immediately going to the other bite to the other, and kind of like back and forth.
Right.
I was able to.
A little easier than the 10 minute break.
A little easier
too,
than remembering what tasted. Because they're all good. These top four are all good. I wouldn't turn any of them down.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Right.
But I think I ended up with my Boar's Head as my favorite.
Your Boar's Head did go up. The others looked like it remained the same.
Were they same? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's where we're at. Now, the question is, who is or what is the best hot dog over the counter to buy? I'm going to go from 4, 3, 2, and 1. The number 4th hot dog.
So this is all the scores combined?
Yes, combined all our scores. The lowest was this Bar S, which was $1 for the package, so we could tell. But it's still, we said it wasn't. Well, no, we didn't really.
No,
like
we
it.
said it was.
No, we didn't
baloney.
say anything good about it. Right?
Best's is the one that's surprising. It came in 5th place out of the 9.
Wow.
BESTS since 1937, an economical, hot dog. I'm going to call it a Frankfurter because it really was more of a Frankfurter.
I don't know what the difference is.
It was thicker and it had a little more meat to it. But anyway, it was in good shape. That came in 5th. 4th place was a tie with Hebrew National and Nathan's. Now, if you go to Nathan's in Coney Island, we were saying you may get a different experience.
If you actually go to the Nathan's in Coney Island, it is better.
Yes, but that was that. Now, so bottom line, we've got 2 left, Sabret's and Boar's Head to review. Oscar Mayer Wiener Ballpark didn't make it. They were in the middle of the pack. So Boar's Head and Sabret's, and with an edge of 2.5 points between 3 people, that's a pretty big edge, is... Boar's Head. The Boar's Head with the casing is the way to go.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is either Boar's Head or Sabret's a regional hot dog, or is that or those national?
That's a good question. I think Boar's Head might be regional. So if you can't get it, your Sabret's is
Boar's
very
Head
close.
Is regional?
It may be.
I think so.
Wow.
I'm not sure. So if you can't get it, let us know. We've had someone, Rosemary Gross, in the interim, had told us that Hoffman's, which is only available right now in Florida, Virginia, and Texas, should be tried. But we're not in that area yet, and the allegation is they're going national. So we will see if Rosemary is correct on that. Let us know when it goes national, and we will add that to the list for sure. So right now, if you're having a barbecue or you're in the house and you want to have a nice experience with a hot dog, we'll talk about that in a next commercial break, and determine what are we going to do with these hot dogs. What do you have? What kind of flavors? What do you put on the hot dog to enjoy? Everything old is new again.
One of the biggest attractions at Coney Island first appeared back in 1916. And from the very beginning, people got a kick out of them because the juicy beef goodness of Nathan's Franks is laced with...
How can you tell if something's high quality?
Well, you can squeeze it, sniff it, thump it, or bump it, but if you can't plump it, it's not a Ballpark Frank.
Ballpark Beef Franks, the high-quality hot dogs that plump when you cook them.
Welcome back to Everything Old is New Again. The Ballpark Frank was in the middle of our pack there. We've done a hot dog-orama here on Everything Old is New Again, and we came up with a Boar's Head as the winner. Sabret's came in second, Nathan's and Hebrew National tied for third. And, I think it's an interesting topic to take a look now and see across America. We've heard of a Hoffman's, which is in Syracuse, New York, hot dog. There are regional dogs. The Boar's Head may be regional. We don't know. So if it is, for the heck of it, Sabret seems like it's a nice little dog to have. How about what do you put on a hot dog? On Everything Old is New Again. That's the question, the test. Let's just go personally. What is your favorite way to prepare a hot dog? And then we'll go around America. We've got a bunch of different ideas here and different ways in America across the continent make the hot dog. David Cohen.
Well, the
condiments we're talking about, on top.
What? Can I talk?
No, the things you put on top. No, but if you want to, go ahead.
I do.
If you go to a ballpark or...
I think what I do is what a lot of people in New York City do. So I have my hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut.
That's it.
I've also
always.
Always. I've seen other people like to put relish on it in Manhattan.
I've seen in Manhattan the big thing are the onions.
That's a fallacy.
Really, the cooked onions they put
The
on
out of
there, those are
towners
nice.
put them on.
I like a
the
cooked
onions
onion.
on.
Okay. Morty?
I have to agree with David. I go with here's my standard routine when I go to the truck.
Right.
Get out of the...
Microphone is here.
I get one with mustard and sauerkraut, and the other one with mustard, sauerkraut, and relish.
Nice.
Because I like the combo.
Yep.
The relish is too sweet and tart for me. Sorry.
Oh.
I
But
would
when you
like...
combine
when
it
you
with
combine
the
it with the
sauerkraut,
sauerkraut, it's awesome.
Right.
No,
right.
I'm not interested. I'm not a chemist.
I think we're like hot dog
Yeah.
brothers.
I'm not-
We've been in sync.
David
the whole
said that.
time.
We even said the same thing.
I am not interested in making a science experiment out of my hot dog, mixing chemicals, and this is going to offset that. This is what you do. You put yourself some nice baked beans on top of your hot dog, and you are in good shape.
That's a different
You're disguising
meal.
them.
That's a
You're
different
making it
meal.
real. You're not making it
No, you know what that's called? It's called Franks and beans.
Yeah, exactly,
On a
on a bun.
That's not a hot dog.
Now, there should be no judgments here about which.
Well,
you started the judgments.
Don't start putting all kinds of chopped raw onions on there either.
Never said raw
Let's rewind
onions.
the tape. I don't want to make a science experiment out of my hot dog.
I don't. Now, at Fenway Park, all right, they put mustard and relish on it, so you're getting some background there
Not
or
bad.
backup, but they can also be found topped with Boston baked beans. So in Fenway Park, although we would not get along with the Fenway fans because we're all Yankee fans, we would get along with each other eating different kinds of hot dogs, but they're all made with the...
Well, you might, because you like the baked beans.
Yeah, but I can have a baked bean. You can have a sauerkraut, or a mustard and relish.
And we'd still get along
We
with
still
the
get
Boston
along with the
people.
Boston fans because they have the same thing. Anybody have any other ones that are of interest around the country?
Yeah, I see. You know what? If I want to be a little experimental, I like to go down to that Carolina style,
right?
With the chili, what's this chili? Coleslaw, chopped onions, mustard, and hot dog.
All right, not bad.
Or the reindeer dog.
What's that?
Whatever this Coca-Cola grilled onions are, but grilled onions and stone ground mustard.
Interesting. Well,
Interesting.
I see here one a Michigan Coney Island dog. It's just meaty chili on top of the hot dog with mustard and onion.
Interesting.
David?
I also must mention that for me, the mustard is important because there are different mustards. So when I'm eating a hot dog, I like to put just yellow mustard on it. Yellow
like that
mustard.
yellow stuff. Okay.
Yeah. But in no other form do I have yellow mustard, just on the hot dog.
All right.
All right. So, but here's what I would not do, and all those people in Chicago with all the
I'm just
brats
gonna
and the
say that.
wurst.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I love bratwurst. I love that stuff. But I think what they do with their hot dogs is they're disguising it so much. It's like the meat becomes
look at all
like
the ingredients here for the Chicago dog. They don't even know
It's yellow mustard, so I'm good there, right? Dark green relish, which okay, I'm still with you. Chopped raw onion, pickle spear, short peppers, tomato slices, and topped with a dash of celery salt, and then in a bun. It's too much going on top of the dog.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Interesting, because in Cleveland, at the stadium, they'll do it either kielbasa or a hot dog with, I know you don't like this, don't hear me, now here's some yelling from my left here, French fries, sweet corn barbecued style, hot sauce, and a layer of coleslaw. Too much,
What do
right?
you even need the meat for then?
Right. Yeah, the meat is almost like a carrying vehicle
Right.
for all the other stuff.
What else? Anybody have any others? I'm going to surprise you. How about you roll it up? You can even do this at home with bacon and put it in the oven and have a nice hot dog with bacon on the outside. No? You're not going for that?
I don't know.
Here's what they do in Kansas City. This is kind of interesting, actually.
Hello? Anybody hear me? Bacon? Did anybody hear that?
Yeah, well, you got your response. Sometimes silence is golden. So, Kansas City, apparently they serve it with sauerkraut, great, and melted Swiss cheese.
Yes, it's real cheese, not that cheese stuff.
Yeah,
Right, not cheese whiz or
yeah,
something. Right?
if it's real cheese, I can go for that, yes.
I might try that.
Seattle, they split the dog in half.
Nice.
On a toasted bun, you need some substance for this. Grilled onions, sriracha sauce, jalapenos.
Wow.
Interesting. I don't know you can eat too many of those.
Try it, though.
How about, I know you're a big fan of this, Doctor. How about the corn dog?
No.
What's the flavor? What? No?
Yeah, no, I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, this goes back as a kid.
For those who don't know, it's a dog on a stick with a cornbread.
I like corn dogs.
Toasted outside.
Yeah. But usually for my founders, eating them, I don't know, last time I had them was years ago, but the dogs on those corn dogs are really thin. They there's not that much meat in them. It's mostly corn.
I don't consider that a hot dog.
No.
That's a different kind
But
of
I'm
meal
looking
to
at
me.
some of these recipes from around the country, and I'd like to try some, but I got to go with you, David. With the Chicago, they're very confused out there, putting way too much stuff on there.
How about
It's like the hot dog's the least important thing on that thing.
when holidays come around, I can't help but go ahead and try to the best I can to make a homemade pig in a blanket. Do you
Nothing
go for
beats
that?
a pig in a blanket.
I love pigs in blankets.
It's unbelievable, right? Like you could have the President of the United States come over, any president now, I don't care, and come over to your house, or any vice president or any person, whatever. And, it's supposed to be so elegant performance, and this is a great, we go to the theater or whatever, and pull out pigs in a blanket, and I swear to you, they'll all be gone. Yeah. They may eat them like in a corner somewhere, hiding, because it's not like this ambiance, this special food, but everybody loves it.
I got to give props out to my sister. She has the secret for that. She cooks. What does she do? She uses the Pillsbury dough.
Yes, and you wrap them up,
and then you wrap them in that. Don't buy them pre-made.
Yes,
you make your own.
And don't put them on tin foil because they'll stick. And you put a little butter on the pan that you put them in the oven. Don't cook them too hot because they'll stick to the pan and get burned.
You don't want to burn the bottoms, but even when they're burned, you dip them in the mustard. It's still good.
Yeah, but you don't. It's true, but you don't want to burn the bottom. It gets a little. Here's one: a Reuben dog. I think this is interesting. I don't know. I'm going to think about this now for a minute. Maybe without the onions. Swiss cheese, caramelized onions, sauerkraut, and relish. That's close to what you're into.
Yeah, it is.
Would you go for that?
I would try it.
Because your meat is your dog.
I mean, you're bordering on, again, too much stuff, but I would try it because I like all the ingredients.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, what else?
What's that called?
That's called a Reuben dog.
Right.
Look at this from California. Chili, pastrami, hot dogs on a tortilla. They're calling that a hot dog.
They like it with the tortilla. They like it better than a bun.
Why?
Pastrami.
I don't know.
And why are you putting pastrami on the hot dog?
That doesn't make any sense. You already have
to
the
me,
meat.
it would almost like the pastrami would almost overpower
I don't want to put any
dog.
other meat. Bacon I can understand, but other than that, I don't want to put any
I'm
other
trying to
meat.
expand my horizons, but look at this. Philly also, they're putting a fish cake on a hot dog.
Yes,
What's
I've
with
seen
that?
Look, Philly, as far as I'm concerned, you go to Philly for one thing and one thing only, and that's a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
You're messing around if you're
with the
trying
hot
anything.
dog.
You know
Well,
what? If
where
you're
is
there,
the home of the hot dog?
If you're getting anything other than a cheesesteak in Philadelphia, you're doing something
Well,
wrong.
what's the home of the hot dog? It has to be Brooklyn, New York.
I would think where Nathan's is. Yeah, I think
We're
has to
pretty
be.
close, right?
Yeah.
And just so everyone's aware, I mean, we're crazy about the hot dogs. It might not be the same across the country, but we can go, especially in New York City, you can go 2 blocks in any direction and probably find hot dogs being sold somewhere.
And a street
right?
vendor like floating in dirty water.
Or the
Yeah.
the little the retail outlet, like just a permanent place. I graze papaya,
Well,
something like that.
there is a trend. I don't think it's happening in New York as much as it is in other cities, but designer hot dogs are very big right now.
Really?
So like the Shake Shack, In-N-Out Burger for burgers, that's happening with hot dogs right now.
Well, you know what they're
should.
doing? A lot of them, they're splitting the dog down the middle and grilling it.
Well, yeah, they do that. You know what they also do with these hot dogs is they're starting to put pretzel
dough
on them.
That's good.
And it's almost like a corn dog, but just with the pretzel dough,
Right.
which seems like it could be pretty good if it's not too much dough. I don't like too much bread.
I agree.
You know, because you make it a thin.
Then it's
it could
about the
work.
bread. It's not about the meat.
Correct. Here's one. I never thought of this. I don't know. I have any idea what I think of this. A pizza dog. Where you've got a little tomato sauce on it, a little pepperoni, and some mozzarella. Is that? I don't think it works.
That's out.
I don't think that works.
I think if you held a hot dog, I would eat it.
Correct. But I'm not sure that all of that works too well.
Yeah.
That's just me. Any others, David, in your travels there across the country? I have a West Virginia one to stop you.
Then why are you asking me?
Well, because I think it's stumbling there. Again, chili, mustard, no. Coleslaw on top. I'm not into the mustard with chili. That doesn't work, does it?
I don't know. Mustard and chili?
David, I think you've got one.
I found a weird one. Vietnamese-inspired hot dogs. So it's sriracha ketchup, spicy honey mustard, cilantro, jalapeno, crushed up tortilla chips on top of the hot dog in a bun.
Listen, I'll tell you this much. I will try any of them, except I don't want ketchup on my hot dog.
No.
And I don't want raw onions. Almost anything
No, I
else,
agree
I'll
with
try
that.
once
I agree with that.
and see where you
I
go.
don't like that raw onion taste. It crunches. It just overpowers everything.
Yeah,
Right,
it's no
exactly.
good. All right, so enjoy your ball game, enjoy your barbecue, enjoy dinner tonight. With everything old is new again, with your soubrette or your boar's head hot dog, come on back next week for your entertainment talk show need. And everything old is new again. You've been been listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's pop culture entertainment talk show. Find us on the web at everythingoldisnewagain.biz. That's .biz.
See you next week. Same bat time, same bat station.